أهلا أصدقائي. Hello my dear friends. Today we will read Surah 13. Let's start. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والتين والزيتون وطور سينين وهذا البلد الأمين لقد خلقنا الإنسان في أحسن تقويم ثم رددناه أسفل سافلين إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فلهم أجر غير ممنون فما يكذبك بعد بالدين أليس الله بأحكم الحاكمين. Okay, now the meaning. The Quran has been written by God. God wrote this book, and the proof is that it is a miraculous book. It is a miracle, a living, breathing miracle which nobody has been able to beat. When we read a book, we can say, this book has been written really well, or this book has been written really well. Well, the Quran has been written really well. It has been written by the most intelligent entity ever. So unless you reach that level of intelligence, you cannot write a book like this. 1400 years have passed, maybe 1400 more will pass. Nobody will be able to reach the level of its beauty, let alone surpass it. Proof enough that this is a book of God, written by God. And this book claims that if we obey God's orders, we will be rewarded, and if we disobey Him, we will be punished. We all know the Iran war is going on, right? So imagine you are a soldier in the Iran war and your commander gives you a command. If you obey him, you will be rewarded after the war is over, and if you disobey him, you will be punished after the war is over, right? So the Quran also teaches us the same concept. If we obey God, the Supreme Commander-in-Chief, we will be rewarded, and if we disobey Him, we will be punished. Now, we all believe that we will be rewarded and punished, right? We believe, we are certain, because of this primary proof, because the Quran says so, right? So, let's proceed further. Not only the Quran, other books and scrolls and oral traditions, they all say the same thing. وَالتِّينِ وَالزَّيْتُونِ, I swear by the Bible. وَطُورِ السِّنِينَ, and I swear by the Old Testament. وَهَذَا الْبَلَدِ الْأَمِينَ, and I swear by the oral traditions which have reached you, O people of Mecca, at the time of the Prophet Muhammad. So, Prophet Ibrahim and Ismail alayhim as-salam, they taught their people, and these teachings passed generation by generation from father to son to the people of Mecca at the time of the Prophet Muhammad. These teachings stated that once we die, we are rewarded and punished. لَقَدْ خَلَقْنَا الْإِنسَانَ فِي أَحْسَنِ تَقْوِيمٍ, I created you, O human beings. Al-insan means human beings. And I gave you free will to do as you will, to obey and disobey. ثُمَّ رَدَدْنَاهُ أَسْفَلَ سَافِلِينَ, if you disobey, you will be thrown lower than the lowest. إِلَّا الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ, but if you obey, فَلَهُمْ أَجْرٌ غَيْرُ مَمْنُونَ, you will be rewarded. فَمَا يُكَذِّبُكَ بَعْدُ بِالدِّينِ, so why do you still not believe in heaven and hell, in reward and punishment? Ad-Deen means reward and punishment. أَلَيْسَ اللَّهُ بِأَحْكَمِ الْحَاكِمِينَ, you can say, God has indeed promised us reward and punishment, but we are doubtful whether He will fulfill His promise, whether He will keep His word. So God is saying you have two options. Either you can obey or you can disobey. If you obey, you may be rewarded according to you, right? But if you disobey, you will surely be punished, right? So why don't you obey? If you know that you will be punished upon disobedience, then why don't you obey, which at least gives you a chance to be rewarded, right? Alaysallahu bi ahkamil hakimin, isn't God the supreme commander in chief? If the commander in chief bellows an order, you have two options. You can either obey him or disobey him. If you obey him, you may be rewarded, right? But if you disobey him, you will surely be punished. So the path ahead is clear. You have to obey. And according to God, God will keep his word. So let's go with it. We will surely obey from this day on. Thank you for listening and bye bye.